could have been a mess. So, hey, what's up, Internet? My name's Kenny Glick. If you've lost money trading and you're pissed off about it, send me an email because I'll be pissed off with you. I'm tired of losing money also. I rarely lose money intraday trading because we trade very specific setups that work almost every time they show up. And today, if you're not trading the Trump stock, you really shouldn't consider yourself a trader. You're more of a passive investor. And most times, passive investors, over the long term, you'll all win as long as you don't sell the QQQ or your S&P 500. But most people lose money because they're actively being a passive trader, meaning you're actively trading until something goes wrong, and then you sit back and you passively wait for that trade to work out. That's not how trading works. You want to be actively involved, then be actively involved and stay actively involved because that Trump stock, man, oh man, it is the number one stock to be trading. It's gone on months and months and months and months. The activity it never dries up. There's tens of 20 million, 50 million, 100 million shares being traded every day. And when there's activity, there's opportunity. So, today was another phenomenal day. If you are out there struggling with making money in the market, contact me. I do it for free up to a point, but eventually you're going to have to pay me for my services because it's only, have some respect. If I keep showing you how to make money and it works, all I look for is a minimal fee, not like some money manager who'll keep tacking on and want percentages or profits or, all that other bullshit that goes on. And, again, if you are smart enough to understand what I'm laying down and you pay for a year of my time and within a year you get it, I think you'd miss the camaraderie and the idea generation and all that. But, some people just walk away. They have a good year with us or, sometimes two, and then they sail away and start doing it on their own. I don't mind. But my way is the only way it should be done. If I'm yapping about something that works and I can't prove it to you within 5 minutes, lately I can prove it to you within 5 minutes, or sometimes it takes a day or two to find a couple of opportunities where you easily understand what I'm trying to show you. So today was Trump. If you could conquer one chart, you could conquer any chart. So check this out. Now, what are all those red lines? Doesn't matter. So if you came in this morning and you said, man, that Trump stock's been getting hammered lately, and yeah, it has been, but it also ran from 1250 to 5750. Here's a 30 days of the Trump chart on an hourly basis. Does you get an idea of what it's done? This is 30 days worth of Trump. I'll make it even more apparent. Here's 60 days of Trump. I'll give it to you 90 days on an hourly basis so you really get a decent snapshot of what's happened. Out of let's not even talk about the SPAC, but getting crushed when it came out of the SPAC and then it turned, got squeezed, 31, got you back to 54.50, which was a very specific spot, 54.50. And then that's when they released the prospectus and they had their first corporate insider day, whatever you want to call it, earnings report, or they just talked about the company. And in the prospectus, they highlighted a couple of things. And some people read this and said, holy shit, they don't even care about the stock or making money or anything else. And when a stock reacts negative to negative news, that's twice as negative because most stocks that you realize don't care. Good stocks don't care about negative news. It shakes them off and lets somebody else worried about that. But this stock was so awful that in the midst of a bull market that was going up every day, it was getting hammered every day because people realized chances are it's going to go to zero, and it still has a good chance of going to zero when you base it on, metrics that the market bases anything on. But if you look at it as a biotech stock, then they never make any money. It's all research and development. But then again, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is price. So as any good shorter knows, there's a limit to the short. Inevitably, it's going to find a spot where it bounces back. And you don't have to pick the bottom. You just make sure you're not in it when it starts to break back above prices where it broke down from. For me, it was 15 and 12.50. And then I was saying, hey, listen, this thing breaks 12.50, you can go up 100% because that's where the VWAP was, around 24 bucks. But I said, hey, if it gets through that price, then you start looking at a little bit shorter dated, right? So here's 90 days worth of data. Here's 60 days worth of data. Well, I'll give you the 30 days because it's amazing. Remember, that was down here. The 30-day at the time was, I can't really adjust it for you right there. Hey, I'll show it to you more. Here's the monthly. Anyway, this entire conversation is pointless. The reason the conversation is being had is that the other day it had a blow off top at 57.50, and it was a short. Usually that short lasts for 3 days, right? And here's the beautiful short. So going back to that 10 days, here's 10 days worth of selling it. And just like most stocks, in my opinion, they all look like that. They have monster runs. Somebody gets bought to the top, the shorters come in, and then it goes back. It's the Jerry Orbach trade. Most stocks look like that because most stocks suck, really. Most stocks are just pyramids, literally pyramids. They build them up and then they crumble them. But let's fast forward to today. It went from 12.50 to 57.50 back to 27.50. Round trip. Jerry Orbach gave it all back. So you know that, and you understand election days tomorrow, and there's probably going to be some nervous shorters out there. I know I would be, especially if I was short from 50 and change all the way back down to 30. I'm looking for a reason to cover. But here's the blatant manipulation that I want to show you. This morning at 4 a.m., the first ticks of the chart, the high of the day was 30.38. Okay. See that price right there? 31.38. Okay. 31.38. Just mark it off because this is how you expose the market's rigged and manipulated and completely preordained of what it's going to do. So you're probably not trading it 4 o'clock in the morning. So all you can do is come in and adjust to what you've seen. Okay, you've seen it hit 31.38. You mark that off. And I woke up around 7:15. First thing I do is I check my go-to list and I see Trump. Already went over here. It's breaking down. It's tried to rally. It's rolled. All these levels that it's broken to and from become the next level of your trade. So here's the top of that mark. That's 29.60. Mark it off because what do you see here? It's a Kardashian moment. You don't know it's going to Kardashian, but wait. You know it hit 31.38 and you know prior day VWAP is up there. So that's what you do know. And what you also know I don't want to hurt your eardrums now.
Nobody stays short stock that breaks back over the VWAP, ever. And the algorithms kick in. Nobody stays short stocks that are breaking back over the VWAP, ever.
So you know that, right? You know the stock went from 80 to 12.50 to 58, back to 10, back to 12.50, back to 57.50, back to 27.50. It's quite volatile. You understand that. You understand that there's going to be volatility in Trump stock the day before the election. You understand that. You also understand nobody stays short stocks that are breaking over the VWAP, right? So now you got the faux show, fake out. When a stock breaks a recent low and then comes right back, that's the beginning of the trade. So it fakes you out, shakes you out. Again, the shorters are on the other side because it broke VWAP here. They're short. It hits the spot. It breaks, starts to rally, doesn't get over VWAP. They stay short. Now it breaks a new low. The shorters go, yeah, all right. This thing's headed back to the lows of the day. All right. Right? That's what they're thinking. But then it breaks back above the price where they just got encouraged, and now it's breaking over the VWAP. That's the end of the story. The shorters who know they've just been screwed, they're covering right here. The longs that use their prior low stop say, oh man, I just got stopped out. I got to buy back in. And all that happens at the magic VWAP line. So you're a buyer. And where does it go back to? It goes back to the top of the last attempt. Look what happened there. It hit it to the same price. Exactly. To the same price. And that's when it went down. And then you don't sell it all at one price, because now that you've sold some at that exact same price it went to earlier, now you use the VWAP or prior price as your stop. So if you're a buyer here, you got here. Now you're sitting pretty. You go, all right, I'm going to use a pivot point that it pivoted. Let's go 29. Cool. That's a good spot. Whole number. And then it rips their fucking hearts out. And where's the next price you think it's going? I'm going to go ahead and say 31.38. The same price. Exactly. As if somebody calculated it, typed it in, said where the stock's going to go, and then what it was going to do, and then the VWAP gets involved, and then it goes back to, it's all pre-programmed, my friends. Great. So let's say you missed that move. You sold it 31.38, and then it overshoots it to what price? This price, 31.52, and this price, 31.57. So let's go high watermark for the day, 31.57. For all we know is that's the end of it. We sold at 31.38, and then it rolls back below prices from where it broke out from. So right here, see that price? $30.12. And that's what we got out on the way down. And we're like, oh, that was cool. Maybe we get to do it again. Maybe we do, right? Comes back, chops around, never breaks down to the original price, holding the VWAP, holding the VWAP, holding the VWAP, starts to rally. Ooh, you missed it. Oh, I don't want to be in positions before the market opens up. Okay, great. Oh, you missed another good move because you were scared, but there's no reason to be scared because it never broke under the VWAP. But then it breaks under the VWAP. And then what comes back into the play? The levels from where you went to before, hits it, bounces back to the VWAP, can't get over the VWAP this time, and now it rolls. But let's say you were like me, only looking for reasons to buy, show, VWAP break, buy it. So now you're a buyer again at 30.5, goes to 31.50. Days pay. And then it rolls back over and you say, shit, I can't believe it's breaking under 30.5. You sell it. And now you're flat again. And then you see it doing this. Blue line to 31.30. Back down, 31.30. Back down, 31.30. Breaks it. Oh no, fake move. Hits the top of the same price and rolls over, but doesn't break VWAP. So you know this is just jiggling and shuffling. And you know that you're still bullish because it's still above the VWAP. So what are you going to do when it finally breaks that 31.57? Buy it. And because where's it going to go? It's going to go test the highs from where it came. Bang. There's a seller there still waiting for you. Wham. They try to get you out, but you ain't selling because it never broke below the orange line. And now you're still in it because the stock keeps telling you, yeah, it's going to pull back in 50-cent increments, but it's not going down. So now the people that are still in it, we're selling here again, 34.50. And now the only place we're going to sell it is if it breaks this candle right there, which is 32.92. And if you have the wherewithal to let it breathe a little bit more, you let it breathe to the VWAP prior day. But now watch this. Does the math for you. That's 2 days worth of VWAP. Wait, there's more. How about 3 days worth of VWAP? So now the third day, you think the stock's going here, but now you could use 2 days as you're out. That's the 34.03, and you go right underneath there, and you could use the 33.36. It all depends on where you got in and what your risk tolerance is. And right now, this is the stock. It continues to be the hot trade. Why not keep trading it? And it keeps providing new entries. And inevitably, maybe people get scared and they rolls. And you get out of your long at 34.03. It breaks 35, you start raising your stop. You're not going to let it go all the way back down to 31.60, right? Maybe you short it if it breaks this candle. You can do whatever you want once you understand price action. And that's just one trade. We traded Trump 3 times. We traded ADN a couple of times, OKLO a couple of times, the Q's long, the Q's short, Clove still hanging in there, Humana for some people, PayPal for a few others, Sophie wasn't too bad. There's 300 trades a day. You just got to pick a few. Even this stock that I never traded before in my life. Hang on, let me pull it up for you. Forgot the symbol, CA something or other. Cardinal, no, it's Constellation Energy, wasn't it? Where's the symbol? Huh? I know I was on here. Oh, there it is, CEG. So CEG, right? This was not bad. There's the fake out, there's the shakeout, and if you bought the VWAP, there's the little breakout. I was hoping for a lot more, but it didn't say it wanted to go higher, and then we got stopped out at when it rolls over. I haven't looked at it since. But fake out, shake out, buy the breakout. Again, 200 shares, getting 4.5 points out of it. That's about $800. And where's the Trump stock? Let me hear you. 35, exactly. I know where it is. I don't have to worry about me. I know where it was going. And by the way, you see where it went to the exact number? 35. You see how the market's rigged to half numbers and whole numbers? So now the sellers are up there at the whole. They'll be at the half on the way back down, and now the whole under there. So now that it went to 35, you don't let it go too far against you when it rolls over. So you're still long. You're looking for more. But now 34.03s are out on the whole thing because you just sold some more of it. So raise the stop. You're looking for 37. No reason to think we're not going to 37, possibly 41 by the end of the day. And if they get nervous and they want to take their profits, let them. See, when you see a stock and you go, oh, well, the VWAP's all the way down there, that's my risk. No, it's not. You're not going to let it go all the way down to 31.70. There's real specific areas right there at 34, 34.06. That's not how you calculate risk. Anyway, if you are listening to this video and you have been on somebody else's website, you tell them Kenny Glick's coming for them, and I'm bringing hell with me. And I'm serious about this. Look, I do this for free for 2 weeks, usually at least 2 weeks, to prove that I know what I'm doing. So then if I ever ask you for money to be part of what we're doing, you're making a very informed decision. It's scam proof. What's the other word? Flim flam, charlatan, scam, fraud. I do these trades live. We walk you through these all day, right? Like it's working right now. I mean, if you just bought it when I sat down, you're up on this trade already. That's regardless of whatever. I do this for 2 weeks for nothing. So you say, all right, this guy clearly knows what he's talking about. I want to be involved. And then you start to pay. Best bet, join for the year. And I still let you get 2 more weeks because let's say you take those 2 weeks for nothing, then you put your money down, you get 2 more weeks. I need to see if you're really committed before I give you my charts. And once you're committed, you get the charts. You get the schmoozes, you get all the free perks that go along with membership. And still, for some reason, if you just completely batshit insane and you're not convinced after a month, there's still a money back guarantee. But I don't think you'd want your money back, considering most of my trades do work because I know what I'm doing. And maybe this is your first trade right here, and you just bought from 34.50, and now you're up 75 cents, and you're on 1,000 shares. It's $750 right here. I don't know how much you roll and what trades you put on. I'm just here to supply the information, where to get in, where to get out, what's expected, where to get in, where to get out when it doesn't work, where to get in, where to get out when it does work. And that's it. It's the same day over and over again. And then you learn. That's it. My name's Kenny Glick. My point was, if you have been wronged by somebody out there, somebody's chat room or some other scanner or some bullshit, you tell them that Kenny Glick's willing to put up $25,000. Now make it 30 now. 30 grand of my own money, right? To outtrade whoever wronged you, right? Send them an email. There's a guy on the internet that's willing to defend my honor. Let's say you were screwed by some guy with a scanner or something. So listen, Kenny Glick's out there. He wants to put up 30 grand of his own money to outtrade you and expose you as the fraud that I know you are now, because you sucked at giving me advice, and now I'm losing money because of you. I'm out here. They'll never take my challenge. And I've been challenging people on the internet for now close to 10 years. Not one person has said, hey, I'll take that challenge. You know why? Because I'll expose them for the frauds they are. So, but on that same mindset, try to expose me is what I'm saying. Come to my room, come to see what we do here on a daily basis. 35.50 on Trump. There you go. Sold to you, right? Bang, cash. Somebody just sold it at 35.50. Was that you? Probably. Don't sell it all, because it's probably going to 37. You see? So now you raise your stop. Now you can't lose. Okay. So anyway, like I said, most people that are in the education side are doing it because they don't have any way else to make money. They don't make money as traders. Again, I told you all my horror stories. I've had some bad luck this year, very bad luck. And again, it was self-induced bad luck with the UVXY trade. It fucking destroyed me. But that's not about you. If you've been in my room, so far since August 5th, I would say we've done about 190 trades. 180 of them have worked. If you don't believe that, start showing up and start taking your own track record and start making your own trades. And then you'd be in the Trump stock with us from the 3108. Easy for me to say where to put stops in at these higher levels. What if you just bought it? What if you just bought it? What if you just bought it? Well, if you just bought it while we're sitting here, that's about, you'd be in from the 34 and you'd still want to sell some here at 35.50. And you raise your stop to the last breakout price, which was 34.50. You're looking for it to go to 37. We could sit here all day and wait for it to go to 37 to prove my point. But there's going to be a candle in here that probably tries to stop you out. And for all we know, it goes for 34. It goes to 34, 35, 33.95, gets you out. Then it goes to 37. Depending on what you have left, that's why you don't sell everything all at one price. For instance, if you had 300 shares left, especially at a really good price, you put one stop at 34.50 and then the other one's at 33.64. You got to go down to where it pivoted off from earlier. Or maybe you just bought it one. You looked at my pretty face and you said, oh, he's in Trump, let me buy it. And now you sold it all and you've already made a month's worth of money. So now you can pay me. And this is just one trade. We had 17 trades today and only 16 of them worked. What? Only 16 of them worked? Yeah, one didn't work. OKLO. You want to see the one small loss that I took today? 2076. So I bought it here, right? Thinking it was going to break 2095 and rip. And I wound up selling it right here because I just didn't want it to break that 2076 area. And it did. And it got me out for a whopping $29.32 loss because I was just starting to feel I don't like buying stocks at the highs, but I nibbled. So I put a tight stop and I lost, and it wound up going anyway. But still would have been a losing trade if you didn't sell it. That's my one loss. 29 bucks. Insignificant when you're making dollars on the Trump trade and dollars on Constellation, whatever it was. And I could actually go 0 for 9. And the 10th trade could be a good one, and I'll make all the money back and then some, just like I showed you on the flip side the other day, right? When was that? Well, obviously we took some losses that day. Oh, no. That was the day where it was it was just Thursday, right? I was 5 for 6, but my 6th trade was a fucking annihilation on a Carvana short. So I was 5 for 6, but I was getting hammered that morning, proving the track record is insignificant, right? All right, you get the point. If you don't get the point, that's the point. Come and learn how to trade. I'll teach you some things you might not have known or not. Maybe you have known, maybe you didn't know. But I am willing to put up my own money to outtrade anybody on the internet. And I don't want their money. I just want them to shut their service down, send me all their people, and swear their allegiance to me and my crew. That's it. Good luck. Hope you guys are making money. Remember, it doesn't matter who wins or loses or however long this goes on, because you know it's never going to end. We're not going to have a president November 5th that night. We're never going to have another president ever, which is what I hope for. I hope they never decide. I hope there's mass chaos and 4 years goes by and we'll just have another election before they decide who won this prior election. Because remember, Trump broke the world. Right? Nothing's real anymore. So why even bother having an election? Right? Because if he loses, it's rigged, but if he wins, it's fine. And if you buy into that hypocrisy, then why do anything? The world's broken, right? Just go live your life. Why even pay attention to the election? Remember, it's only rigged when you lose. And if you don't lose, then it's fine. And if you don't see the hypocrisy in there, you really got other issues in your life, more so than trying to make money in the stock market. Try to be a better person and realize what the true nature of hypocrisy is. You'll live longer.